right. Aloha and good evening. Thank you for joining us. It's the Libertarian Party Combined Committee. It is 7:06 on Wednesday, May 13th. And I am Austin Martin, Chairman. I'm going to call this meeting to order. All right. If we could do a roll call, Madam Secretary.
Nicholas Zehr, Celina Monge,
Here.
Bryce Thon,
Here.
You still there?
Yep,
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. And I'm chair here. Abbra, you're here, right? We're all here. Everybody's here.
here.
All right. We do that
Here.
mainly so we can make sure everybody can be seen and heard. All right. Minutes from April 15th. We'll go ahead and move those. Is there any discussion on the minutes from April 15th? All right. Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Any objection to the minutes from April 15th? Passes without objection. All right. Excellent. Cool. We'll move on to reports. There is definitely a need to kick into high gear for anybody who wants to run campaigns. We're going to go ahead and start putting out signature requests and be able to start directing volunteers to start helping with canvassing. And anybody who wants some practical tips on that or wants to collaborate, we should do so. I will be going to the convention at the end of the month, right? So, we could try to go ahead and start picking up those efforts. But I will have that blocked off. So just FYI, there's been a lot going on the LNC, like an insane amount, that has been eating up a ridiculous amount of time. I'm happy to talk to you guys about that after the meeting. We'll get out of the official forum for that. And I'd be happy to just chat with some of you guys, since there's definitely some concerns about things that could affect state parties. So, any questions or anything that you guys would like me to cover in my report before I yield to the Mr. Treasurer? All right, hearing none, Mr. Zehr, you have the floor.
All right, aloha. I'll be brief so we can get on to the rest of the meeting. We had pretty slow action since the previous meeting. We've CSC, the PayPal balance just over 500 hit, so we're at 45.96 and 1 cent. No change to FEC. We had 2 recent, I believe, membership renewals for PayPal, so we're still at 32.9K. Most recent expense was still our April Wix. No changes to CSC and FEC reporting. We're still current with those. And in your questions.
Hearing none, thank you, Mr. Treasurer. Excellent. Cool. All right, we'll sorry.
Oh, I think I have my mic on. Hold on.
Thank you. Yeah, there we go. Much better. All right, cool. We have discussion on Honolulu and Hawaii County meetings is ongoing. Reimbursement available for party activities started in person is a ongoing discussion item. We also have discussions on lead generation. We just skipped over there. That's okay. There we go. Importance of the pitch and activism packets. Contact pipeline workflow should be established. So we were talking about these last time in the working committee. If anybody has any comments or discussions on these items, go ahead and raise them now. Madam Secretary, you can use my microphone if you want.
Updated our ending judicial immunity packet. So now it has a QR code in the file. So several different pages will allow users to scan that code and it'll take them straight to a sign up form, which will be a lot smoother probably for our pipeline. I still have the physical sign up sheet in the packet too for those who don't want to use that, but I figured that would be a good update to add. And then I'll do another blog post on that probably, hopefully this coming week or the next week, and get the updated version out. I think that should be kind of our new bill focus initiative.
All right. Excellent. Any other discussion on these items or questions for Abbra? All right, cool. Moving on, we'll move on to the next item, which is Spotlight with Bulaya. Are you with us? Are you ready, or do you need a minute?
Yeah.
Are you with us?
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
How's your brother?
It's good to hear your voice again. How's life?
Survival.
Right on.
Surviving out here in this crazy world.
Well, I'm happy to introduce you. This is the combined committee. We have several different people here who work on several different roles in the party, and some of us serve on the executive committee. Sometimes we have people here who serve in other capacities too, and these are some important people who, basically would matter as far as whether or not we endorse a candidate. And guys, I'm happy to introduce Mr. Sean Hill, Bulaya. He is forgive me if I'm mispronouncing you there, with my Holly
That's
tongue.
okay. That's
But
okay.
I'll hand it over to you, my friend, and let you take over from here.
I just appreciate being an opportunity to. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for letting me be involved, and the Libertarian Party has woken up my eyes to say, hey, it's a different party that I never got educated on. One party that I like to be a part of, instead of the Democratic and Republican, and we have the alternative to Libertarian Party, and it's mind blowing that people don't even know about the Libertarian Party. So, for my as running for office of governor, I know we have a slim chance of winning against Green. He's pretty much shoot in, but at least we can educate people about what the party's about and different things that I would like to bring to surface what we're up against as local people, as Hawaiian people, and we're up against the giants. So as far as that being, I know we're the underdogs, and I just like to have a voice and saying like we would like to be another voice out there.
I
Right
had a
on. Thank you.
question.
Yeah, questions. Go right ahead, Celina.
So I grew up here. I mean, I'm from here. I remember you running for governor before, when I
Yes.
was a little kid. At that point, you ran as Bulai'a. If you're serious about running now, are you running as Bulai'a or are you running as Sean?
Well, I'm running as Bulai'a because people know that people know of the name and what I stand for, and of course we're the underdogs, and we just like have a voice, basically, yeah, to say that we're still here, and yeah, basically we're still here. That they forgot about us, the local person that's been here forever, and that's has different views of how our future should be.
Thank you. Any other questions from
Yeah,
the members?
is the intention to run to win or run to bring up issues that Green is gonna avoid?
Well, of course we're going to go for the win, but it's kind of like I said, Green is pretty much shoot in. Him and the new guy from Kauai, the Japanese guy, and we couldn't already see the writing on the wall. But we'd like to come against them and educate people about libertarians, another party that the younger generation can go, wow, I never knew these people really existed, but this is what libertarians people stand for. The party stands for is totally different than all the Democratic and the Republicans.
Hey, I
Excellent.
have a couple questions. Or it's a
Please.
two-parter. Hey, thanks for coming on the call. Just wanted to ask, so what parts of Hawaii government do you think are fundamentally broken? And what spending, what do you cut, freeze, or restructure first?
Well, first we need to back up for my big idea is to limit amount of people that are coming into Hawaii, that especially tourism. I mean, Josh Green is a giant advertiser in tourism, but we want the tourists, but we want the quality tourists. I mean, like people are coming over here like on a great holiday, like Hawaii is Disneyland. And then, I noticed a lot of the residents are not residents, but the tourists are turning into residents. It's like, whoa. So we can't even afford to live in our own house. Like, whoa, like, wow, we're like, priced out of our own home. And there's way too many for myself. There's way too many tourists, and they're not positive for our people. And for the military, it's, and the tourists, they kind of like take over everything. We sort of exist for them. And if I try to help uh,
Yeah.
answer those questions.
Do you have a stand on Gary Cordery though? Because I mean that
On
seems
what?
to be the Gary Cordery. Am I saying his last name wrong? The
Yeah,
guy
Gary
running.
Quarter. I heard of him. I noticed him.
Okay.
No, I'm glad he's out there, and
Okay.
he has another voice that people listen to. And instead of the same status quo, at least people have another voice, another like option. It's like, okay. So I'm glad he's out there.
But you think running like opposed to him is better than maybe like standing out and supporting him though?
Nah, my views are totally different than his.
I mean,
You know,
I spoke to like an aunt just on the way home today, and she's like, "Yeah, of course I'd vote for Bullet. Yeah, I remember him with his surfboard on the side of the street waving back in the day."
yeah, that was 33 years ago. Yeah, that's a long time ago. So yeah, we're the totally underdogs, but to have a voice is something.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? I'll throw one out there.
Please.
I'll follow up on Celina's because I think she raises a really good point. If there's a
Yeah.
candidate running who would help to upset the status quo, even if we don't disagree, even if we don't necessarily agree with them on everything, right? Is it worth, in your opinion, trying to tip the scales and throw that Hail Mary to the guy who might have a chance to turn him over? Because that's
Well,
something that the Libertarian Party does have the power to do. We have quite a number of the swing voters that any side would want and need in order to actually carry in a competitive election.
yes. So I would like to uh, compare his views and my views, and bottom line, that's kind of like if he's going to be a libertarian candidate, so is I, and we can in front of the public, and we can go and talk in front of everybody and say what he believes in, what I believe in.
Well, I wouldn't try to pretend like he's a libertarian candidate. He's definitely a Republican, but there's a couple things that would like make us think about that. And one would be like, we're dealing with election fraud in the state of Hawaii. That's one big problem, is the voters are getting ripped off every election, right? And then on top of that, the Democrats are super entrenched and have consolidated so much power that it's a real liability. A Republican might not do the things that we want them to do, but the tension between the two parties will make more freedom than letting any one party rule, right? So, like you said, we're not going to win unless we can pop out a very large amount of money for a serious and competitive campaign. And
Yes.
then there's the problem of vote rigging, which is major, right? So these are the things that I think about when I'm looking at the dynamics of the election. And I'm thinking about, like, if I put my name in for state house, what are my odds of actually winning? What would it cost for me to win? And if I can't, how can I tip the scales to make real world liberty? And that means favoring the individual. I'll
I
be
understand your
straight with
point.
you though. On like economics, like with tourism, the libertarian position is very strongly that we want the money to flow in and we want people to not have boundaries. But here's the twist: we also don't want you to have to ask permission for what you want to do with your own property. You don't need to ask the government for a permit, right? And a
True.
lot of people are trying to do things like limiting tourism entirely, and I understand why, because we're getting exploited, right? They want to take
Yeah.
advantage of us, and they're mismanaging it terribly, putting our better interests on the back burner in favor of these big money interests, which sadly that is a problem in politics. And so the libertarian position is remove politics from the equation as much as possible. Let the economy do it, and people will become rich again because you'll take all the barriers away and you'll not kick all the ladders out for us, right? Used to be that
Yeah.
you could work your way up, and now it's like every alley is a dead end, right? So our solution is we have to open up those dead ends for people to be empowered and not use the government to try to fix every problem, but let communities fix their own problems.
I agree. And I agree with you 300%. Uh, Less government infringement on everybody's their government is trying to get into everyone's so-called livelihood, so-called everything that uh, they stand for. And they just, yes, too many government hands are in the pot where people just want to be like, well, can we just do this ourselves without, the gangsters
It's true,
infringing?
man. It's true. It's a mess out there. It's a real mess. Um, I feel you. No, I liked talking to you the other day because I know you got a heart for what people are going through on the local level. And it's hard because nobody has all the answers, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
outside of the Libertarian Party, I mean, you know me, like I always like a good candidate and when I can see potential and stuff. And so have you, sir, like ever like thought of your own party, like a Kanaka party or a Mana'o party, and like starting something maybe more Hawaiian centered or local centered and like running on that and creating like your own party?
Yeah, yeah, but it's a lot of work to do that.
It
I
is.
inquired about that and going that way, but no, if I have to pick the party to go with, I have to be libertarian, if because that we are not gangster oriented to where people already like, I seen like in the past so many democratic people that my in-laws or my family in the future, they just went and voted for the whatever the D came up. They just printed for D. They didn't even who care what D. I know Hawaii is a big democratic. It's like, wow, they're brainwashed into since they were a young child. And so like, oh, saying like they're the underdogs, but they're not really the underdogs. Yeah, the more like gangster mentality is like, okay, if we can put our numbers together, sort of like how the Japanese have done it. They put, and the Filipinos have done it too. Like, oh, Democrat, against the Republican. But as far as Gary goes too, I was like, well, I kind of agree with brother that if we did, you know, if we do have to fail to go forward in our libertarian position, we're like, okay, well, I'm going to get behind this brother that is actually a non-Democrat. I would go after it, like, help the Republican, the brother, like, well, because it's sort of the lesser of two evils, sort of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, and then it gives us a little bit of power too, because if they don't do what we want, we're not going to go along with it. We're not going to be like, "Oh, it's okay, you're our guy." We're going to be like, "No, we're going to keep an eye on you and hold your feet to the fire if you start misbehaving." Right?
Yes,
And like
accountability.
that's a yeah, handle it like it's okay. We don't have to like accept you fully as a libertarian, Mr. Cordery. And I respect him. He's on his principles, right? His principles land him where he is, and as long as he sticks to those principles, I'm going to understand that. And I might disagree with some things that he does, maybe a lot of things that he does. But like you said, it's different than the gangster politics where people are saying one thing and doing a con job on everybody who listens to them. And so I could definitely resonate with that. Whatever decision the committee will make on this, just so you know, it'll happen at the next executive committee meeting or by the next time that we do a vote by email ballot, if time constraint requires it. There's at least one member not present that would need to be able to weigh in on it. So we wouldn't be able to vote on it without that member being in on it. So he'd need to either get a ballot or he would need to meet with us. So
Can I ask, so
Please.
your previous gubernatorial race was like really funny, unpopular and stuff. And how do you plan to like balance that? I mean, are you still going for like the funny or are you like, do you have
No,
a
it's all, yeah. It's sort of, it's not funny. I mean, if you look underneath the layers under it, it's really serious. But if we
Yeah,
keep it like,
I
whoa,
would suggest like just full on going after Green, like calling him out. Like, I think there was like a video where somebody from was it Southern Rush or the Green, like was calling him out, and I mean people love that. Like, I would just full on call out Green on everything. Like,
yes, and to have that voice, and that's kind of like the big objective. Like, wait, hold up, brother. Oh, you know, uh, for Green, he's pretty much shoot in because he's a big Democrat, and all the people that give him the money. Like for when we run, I don't want no money. I don't want not asking nobody for no donations. If you want to buy a sticker or a T-shirt, that's fine. But we're not asking for no favors because then you know how it works in politics. Hey, brother, all your employees donated to my campaign, and we have to, as soon as that I get in, that contract's going to come up, and so we want to make sure our company gets all, the contract that we were hoping for, so we can, survive and get forward in here. And there's a lot of, for example, like the Hawaiian guy that just got busted, Kalani English. From Hana, representing Hawaiians. It's like, wow, bruh, you like on the take too? So we're just trying to call spades a spades, and like, wait, hold up, and just to question people. They're like, oh, hey, wait, hold up, wait, oh, uh-oh. So yeah, so there's gonna have to be some accountability on their side to go, wait, to have some true answers. Simple. Huh? Yeah, and for the young people that are, that they're 18, 19, 20, and hey, let's come out and vote. This is a different party. We're not what? Yes, this is what we stand for. Instead of government having all their, their strength and their strong arm and the gangster mentality, like wait. The underdog has something to say too. That's basically the main reason I want to just run. It's like, wow, we're still here. We're still here.
yeah, if we wanted to do a run, one of the big things would be party growth, right? We'd want to be growing our numbers and our lists, right? And like that's
Yes.
key. Identifying people that will resonate with the libertarian message. We probably, obviously we'd work with you if you got it, if you got the nomination, to help you kind of talk about like what how to articulate the message well. You know, and you'd have to make sure you're good with that. And but yeah, we'll have to discuss it at a proper executive committee meeting or over an email ballot to make a final decision. Are there any other questions or discussion before we continue? Do you want to say a few words before I move us along? Actually, I don't
No,
think there's a lot else, so we can keep talking about this for a minute. Sorry, I didn't realize this is the only
yeah,
thing on the agenda.
$100.
No, never mind. We don't have to move along. Sorry, I was looking. I was like, oh, hey, there's business. No, there's not business.
Yes, I appreciate that because the younger people, they never even heard of libertarian. And like whoa, and I just got educated myself. Like whoa, this is a different party. That's not like the Republican or Democrat. We want less hands in our business. People are like, whoa, we're just trying to be regular people. You guys gangsters are like, oh, like you said, like, whoa, man, these guys strong arm, and they have been for a long time. So it's just a great opportunity to educate people. Well, there's another option besides being a Democrat or a Republican. Like, whoa, okay, wow, these people is totally different. Wow. Anyway,
Let me ask you something. There's a good
yes,
chance that one or more of the people on this committee will say something like, if you want me to vote yes for your candidacy, that you need to read Anatomy of the State by Rothbard.
yes, I need to.
Right. Or, another like libertarian work. I can give you a few books if you want that would help you on this. But if there are members of this committee who had stuff like that kind of as feedback, would you be willing to try to cram? And they're not terribly long, they're pretty short. But would
Yes,
you be willing
yes,
to give those a read?
automatic.
And
Education is
sweet.
key. Yes, education is
What do you
key.
guys what do you guys think about that? Nick, you got any thoughts on reading material that would impress Mr. Skolin?
I think that's a great idea. I can message a couple titles in the chat.
Sweet. Can you see the chat?
Uh, 20.
Nick's gonna send you a couple of links in the chat here if you can access it, and then just copy and paste those somewhere where you can keep them, and that'll help you get what you need on that. And I can also follow up with you if there's any technical issue you can't get them for some reason. You're on your phone or whatever.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude, no worries.
Yeah, yes. Education is key. And the more I know, the
Absolutely.
more, yes.
There's if you're willing to do stuff like that, I'm pretty sure that there's definitely a pathway. But yeah, dude, like I really appreciate that you want to come in and even try. It takes a spine to want to stand up to these people, and just straight up, man, like some
Straight
good
up.
cojones. I almost said cojones, which is almost funnier.
Lajo. Yeah, it's a Hawaiian word called lajo.
But
It's a
bro,
balls, man. A cojones. Atataro.
none of us have all the answers, like nobody knows the perfect way. As the problem is not really just the system, the problem is in human hearts. People, we all have the disease, man. We all make mistakes. We all do things we shouldn't, and as
Common
much as we want to
sense.
kind of,
Common sense is what's missing from politics now.
So true.
yep, common sense, man. Common sense and common decency. Respect, human respect. And I'd say that's one of the foundational principles of libertarianism is the idea that the other person has value that isn't based on utility. It isn't based on,
Money.
calculating what their worth is
Yes.
to society. It's based
Yes.
on an immutable concept of right and wrong, of this is a creature that God has made that has value, right? And it has value no matter what society says, no matter how many people vote to take your shit away, it doesn't change it from being theft, right? No matter how many people I can get to agree to take away your land, it doesn't make that not theft. It's still theft. If I want to take your wallet, you say no, right? If I take it anyway, that's theft, right? On the other hand, if I go to your neighbors and I get all your neighbors and they're like, hey man, we got 50 people here, we all voted that I can take your wallet. Right.
Yeah, all my cousins and my relatives. Thank you.
Yeah,
And my
no,
friends. Yeah.
and it sucks because we sometimes we got some of those family members who we wish they were better, but they all voted, and so I'm gonna take your shit now, right? No, that's still theft, right? Fuck that. It doesn't matter how many people vote to do it. Wrong is wrong, and you can't just decide to round up your enemies into a camp because you don't like what they're doing or saying, unless they're hurting somebody, in which case you deal with them as individuals, not as groups, right? And these are kind of like the ideas that we are holding on to that are common to, the common sense that we had in our country before that we've lost. And we're calling people back to that because that is what united Hawaii under the monarchy. It was the ideas of human individual liberty and the value of human life that led, the fathers and mothers of Hawaii to create the beautiful kingdom that they did, right? To create the most advanced civilization at the time, the fastest rise into technological advancement, a literacy rate of 96 or 97%, depending on which scholar you ask. That's unheard of. Hawaii at one point was flourishing and truly one of the nicest places. And the people who came to our harbors, they were able to pay for the service of using our stuff. And, instead of fleecing the people and fucking us all over, right, we had leaders that actually cared about the people and did well with what they were given, right? And that honor, those ethics, that's what we're missing in politics. And those ethics are what lead us to make the government small, right? They're not just small in like number of leaders, but like government should not be telling you when you can take bathroom breaks. It should not be managing every job, employment contract. It doesn't make the grass grow. It's really there to do one important thing, to hold back evil, right? It's there.
Thank you. Yep.
Yep. It's there to stop people from hurting you and taking your shit, no matter how many of them vote to do it, right? It's not there to allow you to make all your dreams come true. That's your job. That's between you and God, right? Leave the government out of it, right? Government, get
Yes.
out of the bedroom, get out of the house, get out of the school, right? It governs one thing that can touch anything, right? If somebody's getting hurt, that's where the government is allowed to step in to deal with that harm, real harm, right? Not imaginary harm. Victimless crimes don't really exist, right? There's either a victim or there isn't, you know?
Yes. So you'll definitely be a speaker when we go forward with
Thank you.
it.
You'll need an
Yeah.
LT
When we go forward,
or
like, hey, you better tell them what's up. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, but at the same time, we don't have much time to, we just pulled papers. We didn't file yet, so
that's
the
okay.
time is the essence now. That like, okay, I got to do all these, jump over all these different hurdles. But definitely like to be a part of the Libertarian Party if possible.
We can definitely, I think the ballot access side is actually pretty easy on this because you can get them from anywhere in the state for a high office. Main thing, we'll be selling it to our committee.
I believe it's
And
June 5th,
June 5th.
if I remember right.
Yeah, so we definitely have a hustle. I
Well,
have
it's June 2nd, actually, at 4 o'clock.
June 2nd at 4 o'clock. Thank you. There you go.
Yeah, that lady made it clear to me. Okay, so what? She said, yeah,
So
4 o'clock.
let me just make it a little extra spell out for you guys. I did get my plane ticket covered for convention. I will be going, but the date range on that freaking sucks for our ballot access window here. We definitely will need to apply a little bit of extra effort, and I hope you guys can take a little extra time to help for signature gathering for all of our candidate slate. So if you're talking about a local candidate, it may not apply to you because you may not be in the district that you can reach them. But if you are or near one, let's do it. We're not going to lose ballot access if we don't get enough votes this year, but we do want to show support, because if we don't have any strong candidates, we don't have any candidates, right? Then, we are going to need to do something to tip the elections. And yeah. But anyway, we definitely have some people that are interested, and we should be able to get enough signatures for them, so it shouldn't be a problem. We always want to get more than what's being requested by at least half. If you can't double it, that's better. So if they want 25, get 50, right? And that makes it much harder to challenge your candidacy, because one thing they can do is start challenging signatures. And
Also want to keep the voter cards, signature cards for people so they can register to vote.
yeah, we'll go over a little workshop on this. So I'm going to try to help with this before I leave and dedicate some time to it. But I am kind of in the fight of my life right now in the LNC. So I'm calling on you guys. And if you can, the best way to do this is get a +1. Find somebody that you can tap on the shoulder and say, hey, you could make a huge difference in the fight for liberty if you find 3 people who are willing to help us get a candidate on the ballot, right? And we'll help you with like a really simple pitch and help you with every little step of the way for anybody who's interested. Definitely will make a call though for volunteers, and definitely could use some people stepping up, because I'm going to be very, very occupied in the most unfortunate time window for our party. I think it's really important though. In fact, it's so important that it's no question that it's like worthwhile, but it's unfair to us, which sucks, but it is good for the movement as a whole. At least I freaking hope so. But I did want to throw it out there for you guys. Yeah, no worries. I'm probably going to get sued for releasing this confidential document. It's going to be great.
That means you're doing something positive, bro.
Yes, sir. Telling the truth. It's worth it.
You can handle the truth.
I know. You really can't. It's bad. It's worse than you think.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I'm really glad that we got to have this conversation. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and we will go into informal mode. Oops, that is not the button I was looking for. Here we go. It has to be done on your end, actually, because I made you the host for some reason. I didn't cling to my power hard enough, and I was supplanted by a cute woman.
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you.
No worries, you're good. We'll keep chatting here for a minute and just chill in casual mode, and I'll leave.